I want to talk to the people who are going through layoffs or who are afraid of layoffs right now. Because in my last podcast with Tom Scott, I talked about how it's not your fault if you're going through this. The system has changed. So, what does that mean? What do I mean the system has changed? Think back to our parents or grandparents. They were taught to go to school, get a good job, work for a great big company, retire with your gold watch, and then sit on the couch and rot, right? So, that's not our world anymore, good and bad. The good news is that we have more control. We're living longer. Retirement is a totally different thing. The bad news is there's not a lot of company loyalty, right? That's just not a thing anymore. That's an oxymoron of job security, company loyalty, all of that. So now we have to change our mindsets and realize that we need to be more in control. We need to have other options for income, maybe some diversification. Maybe people become their own boss. But the more financially secure that you can get yourself for not just your job, the better off you're going to be. So start thinking about, what can I do? Small steps. Some people can go out and buy a franchise right away. Other times that's just not feasible right now. Maybe they have a little bit of a side gig. Maybe it's just some new, different books they're reading. Maybe you pick up Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or Atomic Habits, or a great book to start realizing, what can I do? What can I do to make a little bit more income? What can I do to, pay off some debt, maybe to put me more in control? Because when you're able to pay off debt or have multiple streams of income, you're more in control. So now you can pick a job that makes sense for you or not go back to work for somebody. So the system's changing, and that's just what it is. So the best thing that you can do is educate yourself, start to put some goals aside, maybe start thinking out of the box and realize that the world is changing and you want to get ahead of that. I'm here to help any of you guys, even if it's just a phone call and a meeting to tell you that there's options out there. Here's a couple great books. Maybe you want to learn about franchises and not go back to corporate America. I'm here to help you guys.